I'm just delighted to be here in the headquarters of the Baltimore County school system. This is one of the best school systems in the nation, winning blue ribbon prizes for academic excellence, and also making sure that every school has the right learning environment to foster our boys and girls' talent and future learning objectives. And one of the most important things for a child to be able to learn is for them to feel safe and secure in our public schools. And to that end, we are here today to announce a national program to help local school districts make sure that their schools are as safe as they can be, but in making them safe, they're also conducive to learning. After the tragedy of Newtown, and then even our own tragedy here at Perry Hall last August, there was a great concern in the nation about how to respond. And there was much debate and even controversy. However, what was not in dispute is that we wanted to respond. President Obama led the way and proposed in his budget a $75 million school initiative for the entire country, a competitive grant program that school systems coupled with law enforcement would apply for. That budget request came to Barbara Mikulski's Committee on Appropriations. I saw the request and I was determined that we were going to make sure that our kids were safe, and I was going to make sure that was in the budget. Just a week ago, we passed the funding for fiscal year 14 for the entire federal government. And if you go through all 1,500 pages, there's one line item that says the school safety program. So I'm here to announce in Baltimore County a national program of $75 million that local school systems can apply to make sure their schools are safe. Now it's unique because it can't be just another giveaway program. It requires that school systems must work with law enforcement to come up with the best ideas and the best practices in order to, number one, prevent violence in the school, and the other, to be able to quickly respond. Local law enforcement, working with our educators, always involving the parents who are the first teachers and the teachers at home, to make sure schools are safe without making sure that our children are even more concerned or more apprehensive. This grant program will pay for several things. Number one, added physical safety, the kinds of things that need to go into a school to make sure it's safe, whether it's locks, whether it's electronic identification on who's in a school. The other is for more personnel, whether it's safety officers, otherwise known as the police officers in schools, like Baltimore County has, or it also means training of everybody in that school. Because school safety is not only the responsibility of a law enforcement officer in the school, it's really everyone from the principal to the faculty to the janitor to the ones who run the cafeteria. Actually, it does take a village to raise a child, and it takes a village to protect a child. I was so proud of Jesse Wassmer, who responded at the Perry Hall shooting, who was the one that stopped the violence from escalating. And we were very happy that Dan Barovi, who I met with personally, and even got him a Lady Gaga signed autograph, is back in the school. But we want those never to occur again. So this national program will go a long way. Now, what's unique about it is that it will not be a one-size-fits-all Washington program with top-down rules and regs. It will promote local flexibility and local creativity. What works in Baltimore County might not work in Wyoming or Seattle or New England or the Midwest, so it's tailor-made to what are the needs of that local community. Now, I wanted to come to Baltimore County to announce this because of its proven track record and its outstanding excellence. I'm going to salute County Executive Kevin Kamenetz, who has led the way in hiring great talent, both in our public schools, to lead our public schools, and Dr. Dance, and also Chief Jim Johnson to lead our Baltimore County law enforcement. And to actually for he to put money in the county checkbook to make sure we have this conducive environment, not only for safety, but safety that leads to learning and a sense of security. Dr. Dance has been a national leader in terms of improving education, and one of his first initiatives here was to establish the Office of School Safety. Chief Jim Johnson, in addition to being Baltimore County's top cop, chairs the National Law Enforcement Partnership to Prevent Gun Violence. We saw him on TV after some of the high-profile incidences that occurred. But it's not being on TV that's made a difference for Chief Johnson. It's being on the job, coming up with practical, pragmatic, affordable solutions that make sure that our schools are safe and that our children can learn and be best that they all can be. So in response to the nation's need and President Obama's initiative, I was pleased to move this through the United States Congress and to announce it here today. And I can't wait for Baltimore County to apply for the first grant where I come back and announce that they're winners. Baltimore County is a winner every day anyway for my bar. So that's, this is indeed a happy day for that. And now I'd like to call up to really talk about law enforcement. Really, the person who's carried a lot of responsibility is Chief Jim Johnson, who, as I said, Baltimore County's top cop to a national leader on these issues.